And what's up, hockey fans, and welcome to episode number 66 of Marty's Illegal Stick Hockey Podcast. Recording here on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. Number 66, a key-centered show here tonight, which I'm just looking so forward to. And before we bring our first guest in, I'm going to introduce my panel. Sitting right next to me, the guy who just knows how to push all the buttons here in the studio, one way or another.
Especially yours.
All the time. It's our producer, Mr. Dave the Save Warner. What's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
All right.
I've been wound up and ready to go for this all day long.
For like 2 days.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I can barely contain myself.
I know.
And our co-host coming to us live via satellite. First of all, the man who has become quite the baseball card extraordinaire. He's got the followers up the yin-yang on TikTok, showing everybody how it is to open those cards and what you're looking for. It's the one, it's the only, it's the Macho Dom. Dom Real. What's up, buddy?
I'm going to give my introduction by using a quote that I received today from one of our best Utica college players currently. I responded to his story posting all the awards, said bad weekend to be Wilkes, and he said it's always a bad weekend when you're not UC. So go Pioneers.
Wow.
Awesome.
Hey, I like it.
Shout out John Malkovich.
Oh, God.
End of the show.
Big bad John Malkovich. Nice. Nice. And our other co-host, he is coming to us live via satellite as well. He is the master of all things, all the little things, if you will.
All the little things. Yes. Oh, Jesus.
He is the Professor Jeremy Roberts. What's up, buddy?
What's up? I'm never going to live that down.
No, you're not.
I'm never going to live that.
Do you want to have a ceremony where you burn it?
I'm going to send the same sign out to Dale. I actually texted him today.
Did you? How'd that go?
It went about as well as expected. He's chasing bears, cutting down trees, being a lumberjack.
Is he naked?
Most times. Most times.
So Josh, by the way, in the comments.
I can send you a picture of what
I'm good on that.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
I was just going to say, we'll stick with the text. Thanks anyway.
We could pop it up.
No, we won't.
It's championship week. How dare you?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Championship week. How dare you?
Well, anyways, Dom just mentioned the Utica Pioneers and the incredible run they're on. And our guest tonight is, you could call him a Pioneers legend. There it is, right there at the towel. I love it. This guy played 2 seasons for then the Utica College Pioneers. And I was going through the record book a little bit earlier, and it's got a lot of entries in there. Amongst them, he holds the all-time school record for shorthanded goals scored with 7. He's tied for 8th all-time with the Pioneers for goals scored at 34. Tied for 4th all-time in power play goals at 13. Let's see, 6th all-time in assists per game at 0.81. I'm just going to bring him in. It's Mr. Roman Ammirato. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys? Good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. This is great.
He's like, wow, I had a heck of a run, eh?
Yeah. It's just good. Well, I was looking at that and going, my God. I knew the guy was good, but geez.
Distributes the puck, bud.
Exactly. So how's it going?
It's good, guys. I'm just living my life in South Jersey.
Yeah,
Watching some bad hockey with the Flyers and following UC, you know? That's about it.
Man. Oh.
well, hey, at least you got the good hockey with UC, though.
Yeah. Golf season's about to start, so shit, can't get much better than that. So.
That's right.
Valid.
It's funny. Rowan just mentioned South Jersey. We were talking before we came on the air about the Pine Barrens, the episode from The Sopranos, and it was quite the interesting conversation, actually.
Yeah, it was. Sopranos, man, that's a hell of a show.
Yeah, it was.
What's that line? I can't remember the line. He says, I can't remember what he calls it because there's no bad phone reception. It's so funny, though. It's going to drive me nuts. It'll come to me.
Well, like I told you earlier, I have the VHS tape if you'd like to borrow, and I have an extra
watched that
VCR.
show so many times, and I listen. I have the theme song is on my gym playlist, so it pops on every once in a while. But it's awesome, killer.
So now I got to ask you, Dom, if you were one of the Sopranos, who would you be?
Oh, Sil all day. Dude, he's got that. My favorite line of all time. He does the Pacino impression. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
And there's the one scene, it's like one of the first episodes where Christopher and his buddy boost the truck full of the suits. Yeah. And he's like, when I was like, tell him this one don't go back. That can be a problem. And it's just like, dude, it's so good. So good. It's the best. I don't want to be Tony. There's too much responsibility.
I know, right?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, let's get back to hockey then.
As we go off the rails so early.
Already. Yeah, Roman, by the way, this show does tend to go off the rails in a hurry, so
All good.
I hope you're wearing your seatbelt because the ride could get a little bumpy.
He knows how it goes. He's a golfer. It goes off the rails real quick.
Yes, there you go.
Sure does.
So you started your college career playing at Union College, and then you transferred to Utica for the 2016-17 season. So how did that come to be?
So, pretty interesting. I was midway through my sophomore year, kind of started not playing as much. I was hurt a little bit, played a little bit, was then starting to get more healthy scratch. I'm like, okay. End of the season, we lose to Cornell. We get swept first round. It was like a Saturday night, whatever. We're having our end of the year meetings and end of the year team meeting on Monday. And I'm just sitting in my room. I get a text from my coach. I'm like, interesting. He says, come to the office. I'm like, okay, no problem. Pulls me in. You're off the team. I was like, oh, okay. Cut and dry. I was like, all right,
Whoa.
no problem. Yeah. I haven't told too many people, not too many people know this except my buddies, obviously, but he was like, yeah, you're off the team. Your scholarship or your whatever I was getting, because Union at the time didn't do full scholarships. He was like, everything still stays, but you're not going to be playing. I'm like, all right, no problem. No hard feelings. It is what it is. That's just the way it goes. It's Division I hockey, and that's how it was. Got my shit, put it in a trash bag, and walked out, called my dad. I was pretty upset, obviously, at the time, but it's what it is. Made a couple of phone calls.
I could just imagine.
Yeah, he's like, I wasn't this calm, by the way.
I mean, knowing your dad, I can hear your father right now.
A few holes in the wall later.
It's tough, man. Like I went from, the year before I was starting the first line in playoffs to not being on team. So listen, it is what it is. That's the business, I guess. So I made a couple phone calls. I actually called Brett Zahner because he's been one of my best friends, probably my best friend since we played juniors together in Texas since I was 20. So called him. We talked to Gary. And I came up. I think I came up like one weekday I had off from school or whatever. Skated with the fellas, and I was like, yeah, I think this is where I want to go. And now Brett definitely had a big influence on me going there, but it was my wife at the time. We were going out, and it made sense being only an hour away from her at Union and talk to my parents. It's just like it was a no-brainer. The hockey, the odd. They showed me some videos of the atmosphere, and I was like, shit, what else do I got to lose? I mean, I obviously weighed my options of could I still play Division I, but I had to sit out a year. I was a January birth year, so I aged out. So like I couldn't sit a year. I would have screwed myself. I would have had a year left of eligibility at 24. There was just no point. So I rolled the dice and it friggin' worked out, man. I made more memories at Utica in 2 years than God. It was the best decision I've ever made.
Right.
Best decision I ever made. So
their loss UC fans gain, Josh says, which is great.
that was I didn't even know that story.
Well, I didn't tell too many people know that, but now it is what it is.
If you don't mind me asking, we don't have to get into it, but just curious. So what was there like a problem? It just wasn't a good fit? Were you not playing up to like your capability?
Oh, yeah, it was all of the above probably. I wasn't like you guys see me Utica I got the school record of goals, but like something wasn't right there, and maybe it was the coach that didn't like me. I was maybe not playing with the right guys. I myself wasn't. Like, I scored against Michigan. Like, that's probably my highlight in my Division I career.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But
it's still cool.
But like,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it didn't. Listen, not for nothing, but I got a chance. Like my freshman year, I played a lot. Played at Maine, was on the power play. Played at BU on national TV. Like I played a lot. I can't deny that. I played over 50 games, but for some reason, it just didn't work. And looking back now, probably better that it didn't work because I would have never ended up in the situation that presented itself to me at Utica. But there was certainly listen, I'm not the best student. Everybody will tell you that. But I Utica was good. It was actually better for me school wise. Union, I struggled I was always in study hall. I don't know. It just wasn't the fit for me, and that's okay. I mean, shit. I mean, things happen for a reason. So
Right.
I got no hard feelings. I mean, my wife loves the school. She graduated there, played hockey 4 years, captain 2 years. So I mean,
That's cool.
It'll always stick with me. It'll always be here. So
That's awesome.
Very cool. That is. That's awesome.
Utica definitely gained a hell of a player.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because he transferred there and led the team in scoring both years he was there. So
Yeah.
and
And it was
it just seemed to fit, man. It like I still talk to 90% of the guys from that team, like, and I talk to Gary all the time. I finally got to come back for the golf tournament this year.
Yeah.
I mean, if Gary called me tomorrow and was like, "Hey, we want you to coach," like I would probably drop everything and go. So
I had a spare room you could hang out so you figure something out.
yeah, man.
Dude, it's crazy too because we talk about this a lot at the beginning of the season. We're like, Gary just pulls out these recruits, but then if you look at some of the guys who've transferred in, jeez,
I know.
Berms,
Yeah.
Roman, dude, it's crazy. It's wild, man. We're so lucky as fans. It's not even funny.
Yeah, and I mean the town's great to the kid, to all of us
For sure.
athletes, so it's great. I loved it. I still think about it probably almost every day. Really, I really do.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So compare the atmospheres for like a home Union College game as opposed to a Utica game. Is the Odd a bigger arena? Because I really don't know.
The Odd is definitely bigger. It's definitely bigger. I would say. See, both schools, the student section was not like super factor. Where like some schools you go to, it's insane.
It's on your face. Yeah, it's in your face.
But
This year it is.
the crowds. So I will say both atmospheres at Union and Utica were very good. Now some nights, obviously, we had 3 semesters at Union trimesters. So like some games we wouldn't have any fans, or we would have fans, but it would just be some local people. But at Utica, man, there was never really a night off. I mean, we played every once in a while Sundays against a Chatham or something. Nobody. You guys get it. But it's. I mean, you got like the fans. They're always on at Utica, man. There's not beating too many atmospheres like that. So.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I got a group of 6 of us D-gens are going to be on the away team's penalty box for the championship game. It's going to be a bad night to be them.
I bet.
Oh. Yeah, I got the herd in my section. So,
dude,
get the cameras rolling.
Oh, Roman, if you could get up here this weekend, man.
I wish, but
and I mean, if you could see what the herd. I mean, I'm sure you've seen like the Instagram photos of the herd this year.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like finally a solidified student section is sitting right behind the bench.
I'm just trying to think back, like when we won that year. I mean, it was the student section wasn't as good. I mean,
right.
But that was the first year. Then next year it was better. Next year and next year. So it makes sense that the student section finally is worth some time going.
There's the consistent regulars who've like myself have been out of college for so long. We're screaming at children. Like Jared, do you know the you're a black hole, you just suck guy? Because that guy's been consistent with that for years, and he's just he's great. If you're in this group, dude, shout out to you, man. You're awesome.
I don't know who started it. I know it's one of the. I know Salustio's over there.
I love it.
I don't know. I mean, the chant is so long. And if you really don't know what the words are, there's people sitting on my side going, what are they saying? So then I have to say what they're saying. And then they start trying to do it, but it never catches on. Like I wish the whole Odd got it, but it's so long.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. But either way, it's still so loud.
I should start putting it on Twitter. That way people know it. I'll do it. I'll chant in my house by myself. I don't care.
You should just make a video of it. And we'll put it up on the video board.
Well, dude, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Aaron listens to the show. I know he's in the Utica Pioneers group that we started, though. So if you hear this, didn't the Pioneer Posse, didn't we used to put cheers on the website and Facebook and stuff? Like, did they not used to do that, or did I just make that up? So, like, everybody knew what was going on.
I don't know.
I might have made that up.
That's
maybe
a good question.
Maybe that's just a dream of mine that we should do that.
We should do that.
Coordinated mayhem.
We should
do it. We took because I had a group of 5 of us. We were at the game, and the herd's going. I mean, they're chanting "Coach's ball." Like they're gutless. They're gutless, bro. There's no like nothing. So we're like getting into it or whatever. We're talking to these kids behind us. And they're like, "Are you students?" And I go, "Dude, I'm 30." Like, he goes, "Oh, I go, yeah," and I'm the youngest one out of all of us. So like,
they're heard now. They have to go. The coaches, they get sisters' names, they get the wives' names.
Oh, Roman, dude,
it's brutal.
Have you watched any of the games this year?
Oh yeah, I've been watching recently.
Dude, oh my god, they were chanting like, was it the goalie's girlfriend's name or something? I mean, It was vicious, bro.
The goalie we just played had a terrible hairline.
Look like Einstein. Look like Einstein.
So, and I don't know how they knew it before, but the goalie's helmet actually popped off during the game.
Dude,
well, the whole crowd went berserk.
Nice.
I'm telling you, that made a difference too, because he was playing his first period. He was dynamite.
Oh yeah, he was lights out.
And then, dude, they're like,
helmet went off, and all of a sudden, he like goes, "Oh!" And you saw him scramble to put his helmet back on. Like normally, because obviously the whistle's going to blow, right? Because the goalie's helmet's off. So the goalie will like nonchalantly go over, pick it up, fix his hair,
but he knew.
And he like sprinted over that helmet and just like did something quick and threw his helmet on, and it was too late.
Well,
he was already in. Oh no,
Roman's gone. But anyway, we'll hold till it gets back. But everybody. Because they had been chanting the whole time the game was going that the coach was bald or like the other coach was bald or whatever. And then when that happened, everybody, even like the 60-year-old woman next to me, everybody in the audience just went.
Yeah, like, everybody.
It was wild, man. It was wild. I love that team.
Roman,
I love that team so much.
Like when the regular season starts, the crowd's kind of like, all right, what kind of team do we have? What kind of team are we watching? And as the year goes on, as we get better, the crowd gets a little bit more intense. And, now being in a championship year like you played in, it's going to be rocking.
Oh, hell yeah.
Saturday, it's going to be.
Yeah, dude.
I took time off of work Saturday. That way I'd be.
It's going to be louder
to prepare.
Which is,
yeah.
Roman, do you see any similarities between this year's team and the championship team you played on?
That's a great question.
Oh, absolutely. Man, they were friggin' relentless.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one thing like that we got good at as the year went on. Like, man, you can't let teams breathe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially like Saturday, like they got to come out and they got to like if they score 2 goals within the first 10 minutes. It's
over.
It's got a good chance that it's over, and that's what we did to Elmira. It was 4-0 before the 5-minute mark.
Blink of an eye.
Before halfway through the first period, and they were done.
Yep.
Now they were a young group, like they were good. Elmira team was really good. People don't know, and they were all like sophomores, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, the inexperience showed. Like we had built up all year because they beat our ass twice throughout the year, but as the year went on, we had better wins, and then we were so old and we were so like mature, and our captains like Bashinsky and Zayner, like I know I wasn't a captain, but we weren't letting anybody lose. Valenti, we weren't letting us lose by any chance. So yeah,
that's amazing.
I mean, I know the goal. I know Dixon's not getting a lot of shots, but. I mean, you can tell he's good.
Dude, he's having a heck of a year, man.
Yeah,
Bro, the kid's a stud. Shout out to Sean Dixon, man.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I actually kind of felt bad for him against Lebanon Valley. I mean, that first period, I think he saw 2 shots. He was bored down the other end.
My wife looks at me and goes, "What? Are they even in the like? Where's Lebanon Valley even doing?"
Oh, Rob, you watched that game?
Oh yeah,
So I said this on the show because I told them I work outside and it was raining that day, so like I couldn't keep up on and I was out until like 8:30. The game was like I think it was in the third by the time I got home, and I hadn't checked the score. I hadn't even looked at the group chat from them. Yeah. The first thing I did was click on Twitter, being 29 years old, and the very first thing I see, Ray Biggs. That first period was like calling a car wreck.
Oh, yes.
I was like, wait, what happened?
You're like, wait, which way is he saying this?
The first thing, what's bad? The first thing I thought, I was about to text Jackson and be like, what did you do? What did you do?
Oh, I like you said, Rome, the team that now is like, it's just clicking. It's flying on all cylinders. Yeah. And it's just like how you guys clicked. Mm-hmm. And it does. It reminds me of your team. Just like right now, I mean, the team just before the COVID year, same thing. Yeah. But the COVID hit them, which was unfortunate.
Oh, well, guys, I think we can all agree too. I mean, they're playing their best hockey of the season right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They saved the best time to just absolutely turn it on.
They swarm on pucks. They grind you out, and you can see it. The other team does get tired, and we just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's a lot of pride on Gary too.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a hard time figuring out who the hell the fourth line is because they all are.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because Gary will switch up a line. All of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, Buster's on the first line," and all of a sudden, Buster's on the fourth line. It's like, wait, what?
And they
what did he just do?
Let's try this.
How many guys are in the 30 point per throughout the year? A lot, and they got a couple 40s. It's good.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, they just cleaned up at the UCHC awards too.
It usually helps when you pump teams by 11, consistently. Put up football scores. So, Roman, I got a question for you though. So, since we're kind of talking about that, down the stretch, obviously we talk to Gary and we watch him all the time. But is there any type of mentality shift at all in the locker room, or is it gas pedal from day one?
I mean, you go through lulls throughout the season, and at a point, you kind of realize this is yours for this. It's yours for the taking. That as long as you play your game, you're not going to lose.
Right.
And you can just taste the success, and that just goes such a long way. And you have good leadership. I know the guys they got Everson and Bucell. Those guys have been there since my senior year, and those guys don't really know nothing else but success, minus the 1 year that they got upset. Right. But so that really goes a long way. Experience is the best, man, when you have that. Because the year before we won, we lost to Hobart. That was horrible like that. And then that next year we knew we were not going to lose. So no matter what. And the young kids see that. That rubs off on the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And then the fans go crazy, and you guys help.
As
well.
See, thank you. We just talked about this. Yes. We're getting in fights with people online because they get mad at people for cheering at the Comets games, which I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Fans have such an impact. I think, at least.
Oh, absolutely.
It's funny. The fans now, you always have the team go off the ice, and they go to the corner where they go off. Yeah. And they're pumping up the crowd. Well, now, they go to the circle, salute the fans. Now they'll all turn around, and obviously the herd's right there. Yeah. So, I mean, yes, they are thanking the herd. They are thanking all the fans. Mm-hmm. But, they do know that, once we are in the team's head, it's over. Yeah. And, I mean, there's the teams that will sit on that visitor bench. They'll squirt the glass. They'll try to squirt us. And the moment that any athlete knows this, the moment you have an athlete react to a fan, the athlete lost. It's over. It's over with. You're done. We own you. It puts gas in the fire. It just fuels it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Especially when they're trying to keep up with a team like you, Rome. Gary's got you guys ready to skate everybody out of the building every year. That's just
it sure does.
So now they got to try to think quick too. Good luck. I mean, have fun. It's just,
Well, oh no. They know my sister's name. Oh no, they know my mom's name.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh no. Oh, I just fell by not getting tripped. Everything that this kid does is gonna just go right back into a chant, and it's incredible.
And the rink itself is kind of intimidating too. It's it's got such a impactful feeling.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Just like you said, most of the other schools that come in, they don't play in an odd they don't play in a facility like that.
Now everything's in our favor. However, I mean, that does pump up teams as well. So you got these guys Saturdays, they gotta come ready to play, or it's everything can happen. It's a championship. I know you guys know. I mean, with sports, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And Wilkes has played him tough both times this year.
Funny thing about the coach for Wilkes, he's my roommate at Union. He was my roommate, my freshman and sophomore roommate.
Really?
Tyler Hines.
I hope if the herd's listening to that, we got something for him now.
He's a beaut, man. That guy.
I was going to say, I don't want to ask you if he's actually a good dude because
he's a really nice guy, man.
That's unfortunate then.
Well, I mean,
but I'll tell you though. I mean that senior season that you had led to some success later on too, because right after that season was over, you went to the ECHL, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So how did that come about? You just get done with the locker room, then all of a sudden they're calling saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, we need you in Tulsa."
Man, that was a lot. That was crazy because I was so upset that what happened with the NCAA and us not making it, but that's a whole other
Oh
story.
my God.
That's a whole other story.
That was
But
yeah.
So many people in the city of Utica just went,
Oh, that's right. Yes.
well, when the NCAA realized that they messed up, so that's I'm still not over that, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
So I'm in Gary's office. It was when they had that fake shooter at UC or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was stuck in Gary's office for like 6 hours. And we were
What a place to be.
Man. It was me, him, and Louie. We were just stuck there, like, okay, what do we do? So at that point, Gary was first of all trying to see what the hell happened, because why we didn't make it, and then trying to get me somewhere to play. It was, I think, maybe talking about maybe the Comets or go to ECHL, and it ended up Tulsa needed a guy that I knew, and Connor Schmidt was on our team the year before. So he was out there, talking to him a little bit, and I went, and I mean, shit, it was great. I had a lot of success. I had 12 points, 11 games, something like that. It was interesting going. I mean, I played juniors in Texas, so I was familiar with the Southern Midwest, but it was I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Went back the year 2, the following year, made it to the Western Finals. We lost in game 7, I think, to Toledo. So it was hockey out there is crazy, especially in that division too. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. A lot of players.
That first full season you had with the Oilers was a pretty good season.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it was good. I felt I deserved to play a little bit more, but it is what it is. Guys get sent down, and you're on an ECHL contract. You're take a seat, because the guy who's getting paid big money is playing.
Right.
So but that's just it is.
I think if I still scroll through my phone, I probably still have your first goal that your father sent me.
Probably. Yeah.
It's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Now, did they have the blue goalposts then too?
Yeah, they still got those. Damn blue goals.
I think that's. You know what? I actually like that. I think it's pretty neat. You know, it's sets them apart.
It's different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you afterwards you played for Greenville and Norfolk.
Yeah, I went to Greenville. I talked to my coach at the end of the year, my first full season. I was like, listen, I think I want to go closer to home. I was gonna get engaged to my wife at the time, so traded to Greenville. It was great. Coach was awesome. What a beautiful place. South Carolina is really nice, especially that town. Had really good success there, but we had way too many guys get sent down. I went from being over point a game to not playing. Coach called me and was like, listen, I can't do anything about it. Like we were affiliated with Florida and Carolina. He's like, they handcuffed me. I can't do anything. So he traded me to Norfolk, which Reagan Kavanaugh's dad's the owner. Mm-hmm. Did well there. Got to play an ECHL All-Star game, which was great, which was a lot of fun. That was really fun.
Did they do a skills competition?
They did. I didn't. It was. I mean, it's nothing like the NHL kind of. It was. They only did a couple. Like it was like hardest shot, fastest skater, which I'm neither.
Right.
So yeah, that was it. We actually won. And it sucks. The NHL, the winning team gets to share $1 million. We got to share a trophy that we had to leave behind. What the hell?
Dude, the Coast boys always get hosed. It's ridiculous.
Guys out. Help us poor hockey players out.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like, it's crazy.
So, no,
barely getting by over here. It's crazy.
Yeah, here's the Kelly cover. Ready? Take a picture.
Yeah. Literally.
Now, is that Rome? Not to bring up a sore subject, but was it on that team? Was that where you blocked the shot with your face?
Yeah, Norfolk.
Dude, what is it? Not to interrupt you, but like, what is with UC alum that went to the ECHL and got their faces absolutely blown out?
So this was before the All-Star
you
game.
Berms, it's
man, December.
Have you seen I had the picture.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one where he blocked the shot with his face.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Oh,
yeah,
it was December. It was like December 13th or 19th. Man, puck goes D to D. I went down one knee and just got freaking smoked with directly to the face. So that set me back a little while. I had some So I came back to play, and then I was having some eye issues. So I couldn't really see much out of my right eye. I had my peripherals, and like my game, like my best part of my game is my like peripherals and seeing guys off your back and making passes. So like I'm like, something's not right. So I talked to the trainer. We're playing in Atlanta, and I'm like, Jason, like we gotta go get this check. He's like, all right, we'll go next week. We'll play the game, play tonight. Because nothing was really wrong. It was just my eyesight was a little messed up. The next freaking game, man, we're playing, we're killing our own zone. I step in and I get smoked accidentally by my guy hits their guy, and their shoulder hits me right in the same spot. And that was it. That's the last piece of hockey I've played since.
Oh,
man. It was so it opened my scar back up. One of the scars, because I got hit here too. So went to the doctor. I had some really bad. My wife's sitting behind me. I'm doing these eye tests, and I couldn't see anything. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you missed a lot." So,
You're not helping.
I was in pretty rough shape for like 6 months. I couldn't drive. I was in rough shape. But listen, that's the way it is.
Yeah, and it's hockey.
It's baseball, Susan.
Yeah.
So,
well, actually, it led you into a new venture, correct?
Yeah. So basically, I obviously stopped playing. I was going to give it a year with COVID. I wasn't going to try to play, but I really wasn't getting much better. I'm good now, but I'm not fully good. I don't think I'll ever be back to how I felt prior to probably getting hit with the puck, because getting hit with the puck probably really did me in. I just kind of brushed it off and tried to go back to play.
Do you get gun? Do you get gun shy after something like that? Because I mean that was a brutal.
Yeah,
photo.
I mean, I played with a shield. I played with a bubble on for 4 games until the doctor was like, okay, all your scars heal. My face broke. My nose was broke. My orbital bone was broke. I honestly didn't lose any teeth, which is kind of shocking. But it messed up pretty good. I got like 30 some stitches.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
The picture just
So,
I'll never forget when your dad sent me that. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, so we were living. Yeah, so right after COVID, we went up to Vermont. We were with my in-laws for a while, just kind of living there, living at my parents. And then I was like, to my wife, I'm like, Allie, I think we should just I think that's probably it. So she was obviously 100% behind me. She gets it. I mean, she played hockey her whole life too. So
sure.
We bought a house, South Jersey, and haven't looked back since. We're having a baby, and got less than a month and a half. So
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Sorry.
says the young kid.
Yeah. He'll learn someday. He'll learn.
Just turned 29 in January, so
that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Tale of two lives right here.
So tell us a little bit about Stogie Golf.
Stogie Golf. So golf has been my passion probably since I was 15. And Jeremy, you asked my dad how many times I wanted to quit hockey to play golf when I was 15, 16, 17.
I could just imagine that conversation.
Shoot me. So that's besides the point. But I don't know, man. I've always loved golf. I love Tiger Woods. I love Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, those guys. So I just started this business. It was really a hobby. I was just writing about golf shit and all the golf tournaments, and I like smoking cigars on the course. So just decided we came up with Stogie Golf and kind of ran with it. I mean, I made a couple hats. A couple of my buddies wore them. One of my best buddies is Johnny Hockey, so he wore it on TSN, and
cool.
It went fucking. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. It went. It went. I mean, it got a lot of attention on TSN. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of funny how it works, how it worked out, and I mean, it's started from the ground, so it's nothing like crazy right now, but it's a good thing that I'm doing. I really enjoy it. I love golf. I love just the whole vibe that it brings to me, because I've had a tough couple years mentally.
Absolutely.
So it's good. I'm enjoying it. I got a lot of big things coming up this golf season. I actually have another business too, a video production business with a buddy of mine that played on Stevenson and another friend that played in Manhattanville. So we have that on the side. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's good. So he's my one buddy does all the video stuff. He's been helping me with Stogie Golf, and yeah, I'm gonna.
Awesome.
I don't really know where it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna.
I'll tell you what. I walked downstairs for a Utica Comic game,
Yeah.
and I was wearing your hat, and
Yeah.
one of the players walks over to me and goes, "Oh, so you know Ammirato?" I was
Yeah,
like,
Patty
"Oh, it's
McGrath.
Patty
man.
McGrath, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, that man's awesome." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, he played here." I'm like, like very good friends with him. I go,
Yeah.
"Oh," because I mean, obviously nobody really
Yeah.
knows Stogie
Yeah.
Golf up here, right? So
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, we
at
can
first
change
I was
that.
like, I go, "What hat am I wearing?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
Rome."
Yeah,
So-
him and I played together. We were 16 years old. We played for Jimmy Watson, next Flyer. Yeah, we played for him, and he's a nice guy. He was a
He
good
is
friend.
super nice guy,
So yeah,
super scrapper.
tough as nails, man.
Yeah.
Tough
Yeah.
as nails.
Mm-hmm.
But
Where can we find Stogie Golf on social media?
I got Instagram. I got actually got a website too. We got my brother-in-law helped me start up. Just stogiegolf.com. Yeah, we got
Stogie Golf on
Got
Instagram.
some polos. Got some polos we're making. Some quarter zips. Yeah,
Sweet.
it's a lot of fun. I could sit on my phone all day and do golf shit, but
It's awesome,
I
man.
got another job too that helps me fund Stogie Golf. So up until I can do the full time, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It keeps me busy. My wife probably thinks I'm on my phone too much, but
Don't they
Really
all?
fun.
Don't
It's
they
business.
Tell her it's all business.
all?
That's
Don't
all.
they all?
it's all business.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
We'll
And
have
I-
to pump out that website and all the fan groups up
I
here.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and I do some coaching too, which I coached high school for the past 2 years, where I went to high school down in Jersey, which is fun too.
Nice.
Very
Coaching
cool. It's
some
awesome.
15, 16-year-olds. So they're hilarious, these kids.
Did they remind you a little bit of a 16-year-old you?
A little bit. Yeah. And talking about yelling at college kids, I want to yell at the opposing kids that are 15 years old. I'm like, whoa, I can't do that anymore.
I'm not that guy. I can't do
Right.
that.
I gotta tell my kids to stop chirping, which I yelled at everybody as a player. So
Oh, man.
Is your dad in the stands when you coach or no?
he came to a couple games, but man, I tried to tell him to stay home. And he starts telling me how to coach, and it's like, whoa.
Let me tell you, it's funny when Rome played at UC. It was, obviously I got to know his father really well and his mom, and his dad never sat, never once. And I'm like, I go, man, and you just kind of see him do one of these.
Mhm.
Oh, Rome, what are you doing, Roman? I'm like, I go, he scored a goal.
Like
That's
when
awesome.
we be playing, like I had one game in Tulsa where it's like there was like a lot of people, like 8,000 to 10,000 people, and it could be packed, and I know exactly where that man sits every time. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh, man, that
good
is
human right
great.
there. It's good human.
yeah.
Well, Roman, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing these stories with us, man. This
Hell
has been absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad I could hop on with you guys. Yo,
Absolutely.
you gotta ask Ray Biggs. He's got one of my Union jerseys. That crazy man bought one of them back a couple of years ago.
Really?
I got a tweet from him. He's like, "Look what I just bought." I'm like, "Oh, Biggsy, you're really buying one of my Union jerseys?"
He goes hard on the online shopping. He don't mess around.
No, I think he was at one of their games and bought it.
What?
It was. I think it was the year. I think it was the year after I left, or 2 years, and they were still selling my jersey. I'm like, what the hell?
Wait, I need my NIL contract.
Dude, crazy, man.
Yeah, right.
Crazy,
Demand royalties.
crazy.
Razor's the man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Oh, that is great.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah, man, if you're ever back up in the area, we definitely we got to meet up on a golf course or something like that.
I'm definitely going to be back next year for the golf tournament, 100%.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right.
That was a good time this year. That was
I
a good time this
I
year.
almost came up last weekend because a lot of the boys,
A lot of the guys were
my
up.
class were up, and I couldn't come, unfortunately, but because I had my Vermont bridal shower because that's my wife's from, or baby shower, excuse me, the week before, and I couldn't miss another weekend here, so I had to stay home, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I'll be up again. Nope, I guaranteed.
Sweet.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I love, man. I tell you, I would drop everything and move to Utica if I could. I really would. That's that honest truth.
Awesome.
That's
Very
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. So.
Like I said, man, thanks for coming on. This has been great.
Yeah,
Loving it.
Let's hope the boys can get it done this week.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
They'll get it.
Move
They'll
on to
get
the
it.
NCAAs.
They'll
Absolutely.
get it.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
they gotta
right.
listen, they keep playing their game, they got a really good shot.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting ready to take that weekend off.
The bad thing is,
Where's it at? Lake Placid, right?
it's in Placid. Yeah.
Placid.
Dude, if you think I'm going to pass up an opportunity to go to Lake Placid,
That's far, man. That's far for me, but
yeah, for you, that's all.
I got Garrett's got his final home tournament that weekend in the odd on that day, and I'm like, is the team really going to come? Is the team really coming? I'm trying to like pump the coach, trying to get him to see if, yeah, we got the team confirmed. I was like, what time are we playing? It's like 12 and 5, and I was like, 5 o'clock, 3-hour drive. I could cut it down to like 2 and 15.
Oh man. But yeah, like I said, we'll definitely get together on a golf course. Maybe we'll have a stogie and a beer and
that's what it's about, man. That's my audience.
chat some
Normal-
hockey.
Yeah.
The normal guy loves to have a cigar, have a couple beers, and get away from the real life for a couple hours. That's it, man.
That's right.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotta love it.